I like this whole thing of dressing and only having to worry about like from up here up.
Yeah,
I love it. I am wearing pajama pants.
me too.
Yeah.
So, Leon, tell us about the song. What inspired and what was going through your head at the time?
This is a song I started, as much as 10 years ago, and really it's been sort of building over that time. I remember being in the subway and having this opening part, the melody, "Da, da, off your meds and I'll never find you." And so I don't know, that phrase came to my head and I kind of put it on the song, and so one thing just kind of led to the other. In this case, this song kind of turned into a song, kind of personal, semi-autobiographical with some poetic license, but about it's really a song about relationships. I think people will recognize themselves possibly in some of the lyrics, and there's a lot of songs about pining for a love or being rejected or being happy in love. This is really a song about kind of the ups and downs of a relationship, I guess you might say. I thought my rare mind would astound you. You didn't care. Unfortunately, my father passed away in 2023, but at some point before he passed away, I was able to play him a version of the song I was working on. And, he and I haven't always had the same musical taste, but he really liked it. And he gave me what I think was the highest compliment in his book. He said, "This should be on Broadway." But oh, to feel her beauty, my love, minha querida. It was nice to connect with my father on something musical, because I've certainly gotten into some other territory, experimental music, or rock, or whatever it is that I don't know that my father really understood. Dream through foreign eyes, a front seat to her fire. One of the things that's interesting about the song is that the music video is shot in a house I have with my wife upstate, and so the house actually kind of worked its way into the song as well. So it is a very personal song, but of course, any creative person will come up with a phrase or a word that may or may not be 100% accurate, but it fits the work. I'm in you and you're in me, caroling round and round inside the trees.
Mo, how your relationship with Leon came about? How was the process?
They actually saw a short film that I had done a few years ago, and I think that they really responded to it and asked if I would be interested in coming in to the studio to make some sort of documentary of the recording of this song. And Leon had sent me over the demo, and I started listening to the demo, and the song really grew on me. I really responded to the lush orchestration of the song, and so how grand it felt, and how it kind of felt like a throwback to a different era. And I think that subconsciously I made this connection to cinema of the golden age of Hollywood. I was watching a lot of George Roy Hill films at that time, like Butch Cassidy and Sundance Kid and The Great Waldo Pepper. And they were very gauzy and sort of romantic. And I just felt like that fit the type of concept that I was envisioning. And I had this idea that just kind of came to me whole cloth, and pitched it to him, and he really liked it and encouraged me to go forward with it. And it was just like one of those really lucky things, because I feel like I've lived these sentiments in the song. I've certainly had relationships that were kind of fraught, where you're just sort of hanging on for dear life. And I always try to find a novel way of expressing things, and that's how I came to the idea of using balloons instead of humans. I just feel like balloons can communicate visually a lot of the vulnerabilities that these characters needed to display. And also it makes it a kind of whimsical and more fun to watch.
That kind of climax section in the middle with the choir, he had an interpretation of it, a visual interpretation of it that I really hadn't occurred to me, and I think it adds a lot to the song and to the video. So much better than before. as I've gotten older, I've noticed that it's the things that we're passionate about that really that we excel at, you know. And you may have a talent in this field or that field, or you know, but it's the stuff that you're really passionate about that gets you somewhere. And you know, by Moh expressing interest in doing this his way, and you know, and in my case, the song was, you know, I wasn't trying to please anybody but myself, you know, and you have two people
Right.
working on a project with their various talents together in ways that complement each other. I think it really makes for a very successful project.